These 5 shootings happened last night in southeast D.C. over the span of 2 hours and within just 2 miles of each other.
Yeah, and tonight we're learning more about the victims, including these 2 young men, 18-year-old Kevin Mason and 15-year-old Demarcos Pinkney. The cousins were shot last night at around 8:45 on Langston Place, just off 25th Street in Southeast. They both later died.
Our Melissa Kim is live in the community just dealing with this unimaginable loss. So, Melissa, a lot of these people are telling you that they just don't feel safe in their own homes.
Yeah, Adam and Lorenzo, I mean, this has just been an absolutely heartbreaking nightmare for this community. Those 2 boys, as you mentioned, were cousins. And so now this family here left to deal with the emotional trauma, all this, and grapple everything that's happened.
I hear the mother's cries for her son. It's heartbreaking, man. Honestly, it's an emotional roller coaster, you know. It's traumatic.
Alicia Batchelor, the mother of a 1-year-old girl herself, sharing in the grief of 2 sisters who each lost their sons on Sunday night when the teenage boys were shot and killed right in front of Batchelor's window. 15-year-old Demarcos Pinkney, a football player on the inaugural team at Digital Pioneers Academy, and his cousin 18-year-old Kevin Mason. Both teenagers were in after-school programs and stayed out of trouble, according to neighbors and friends who came here to offer their support.
It's a family torn apart, you know, by gun violence. And it's something that's real heavy in this area, and I fear for my life, my child's life, my community's life.
We spoke with Demarco's mom, who was too upset to be interviewed on camera, but she told us she tried to do everything right to make sure her son stayed safe. Batchelor says it wasn't hard to like both of these teens.
They knock on my door, take out my trash for me. I give them a couple of dollars or whatever. So, you know, I'm fond of all the kids here.
And because of that, safety, protection, and police presence, all things that this community says it needs.
You can't even bring your child out to play on the porch or just get some fresh air because you have to worry about whether you're moving fast enough for a gun bullet.
Because as Batchelor says, for far too long, this Langston Place community has felt ignored and forgotten.
Better support in our community. We need people to hear us, hear our cries, hear our voices. Inhumane, honestly, you know, to be in a situation like this.
And I spoke to several community members here, volunteers, people who actually run those programs for kids after school, and they all echo those same sentiments. What they don't want here is for just the city to show up when there's crime or bad things happening, but what they do need is consistency and a place for their kids to go, especially after 7 o'clock at night or when it gets dark, so that they can stay safe. Guys?
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like any way to live where they just are afraid to simply step outside. Melissa, thank you.